Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Deberia from Deberia's Naturals and Cashapp Evolutionary Empowerment, and I would like to give you your empowerment message. Yes. Okay, so I've been channeling this message all morning. It is 12:44 now as I am recording this, so we're going to first begin with the angel number since it is 12:44 before I get into it. So let me look that up. 12:44 angel number. Okay, so 12:44 angel number is it's time to stay balanced, grounded, and focused. And that is perfect because that's exactly what this message is going to be about. So the angels are with me right now as we enter into this. I'm going to start off right now with my Tibetan singing bowl. So turn down your volume. I am about to chime the bowl to balance our energies, attune our energies to a higher vibrational frequency. This is going to break up dense negative energy and allow us to feel more free-flowing. So as you listen to the chime, take deep breath, inhale positivity, exhale negativity, inhale light, exhale dark dense energy, inhale I'm creating my life, exhale I have no control over my life, inhale I'm a master manifester, exhale I can't do this. When we're exhaling, we're releasing this negativity, we're releasing these dense energies, we're releasing these mindsets that are keeping us bound. When we're inhaling, we're pulling towards us those things that we want to attract into our lives. And we're exhaling those things that we want to reject, eject from our lives, not project. We're not trying to project anything onto anyone else. What we're trying to do, what our intention is, what the goal is to clear our energetic field and work on ourselves so that we can become more balanced. We can handle whatever life throws our way. We're not going to be complainers. We're not going to find someone to blame or something to blame for everything that's going on in our lives. We're going to be accountable for everything that enters our energetic field. And let me scoot over a little bit, make this a little more centered. Yeah, y'all see I'm I've been, got a lot of stuff going on here. I know people be paying attention to the background, but since you're looking right here where the palm of my hand is, that there is Natural Bath and Body Products by Deberia's Naturals. So if you're interested in personalized natural soaps and body butters, essential oil blends, bath salts, candles, I'll put my contact information there. Anyway, I also do a consultation before I create the products because I want to make sure that these are herbs and essential oils are concentrated herb essences, so they're essentially medicine. So it's important for me to know if you are on any kinds of medication or have any kind of health concerns so that I can cater to that necessity or issue or dis-ease, not disease, dis-ease, lack of ease within self. Okay, so we're going to look at this 12:44 one more time. And it says that it focuses on encouraging you to start again and make new beginnings. Now that's exciting to me because the topic has been palindrome numbers. Palindrome numbers. Palindrome numbers. I have been seeing palindrome numbers for like the past all month in December. I saw palindrome numbers all month in December, the close of 2021 and entering into 2022. We've only been 5 days in, and I've been seeing palindrome numbers. Now what are palindrome numbers? Palindrome numbers are numbers that are the same forwards and backwards, like 1221 when I began channeling this message. Well, when I began writing down the channeled message was 1221. So what a palindrome number is, it has a reflection and symmetry across a vertical axis. So vertically, not horizontally. Palindrome numbers. So if you see 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, then forwards and backwards it will still read 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. So that's an example of a palindrome number. Now, some people, I wanted to look this up and see what people felt like, or what was documented spiritual reasons behind seeing palindrome numbers, because being very connected to the universe, you'll start noticing things like synchronicities, angel numbers. You'll start seeing them on tags, on car tags. You'll see them on billboards. You'll see them on the clock. You'll see, your receipt when you purchase food, and it'll be numbers like 12, 12, 11, 11, 123, or 1234, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, or you'll see 432, which is 432, or you'll see, stuff like that. Numbers that are progressive are letting you know that there are steps that need to be taken, or steps that have been taken. Numbers that are going backwards often let you know that there's a countdown to something that is coming into your life, or something that's coming into your energy field. Those are the different ways that you can interpret angel numbers, or the synchronicities that come from the universe, because the universe is a very mathematical entity. Very mathematically, it's congealed. Is the way it comes together is through a mathematical equation of infinity. Because the divine is infinite, so numbers are perfect in that they don't lie, they don't have agenda. And so when angels or divine beings are communicating with us, often it's through a numerical sequence. Sometimes I have tapped into the divine and I see what is it called, ones and zeros, binary code. So oftentimes I see binary code. No, I have not learned how to read binary code, but the fact that I am seeing it is something that I'm definitely going to go into. What palindrome numbers are, like I said, they reflect back and forth. And so I was asking the divine, what does this mean? Why are you bringing this up? Why am I seeing these palindrome numbers? Well, divine was telling me that everything that what's happening is that divine masculine and divine feminine are coming into balance. And yes, I've been saying they're coming into balance. They're coming into balance. Well, the balance has and is. The balance is happen. And the reason why I say it is happen is because oftentimes we're speaking in past or future tense. And when we're speaking in past or future tense, we miss the now. We miss the present of the present. We miss the present of our presence in the present. So this balance is happen. Is happen. It means, okay, so some people believe that seeing palindrome numbers means that you have done something that you must undo, while others feel that it means that the universe is telling you to look at your, I wrote these notes down. It's telling you to look at your outer inner world. I'm going to explain myself. In outer inner world, it means that the universe is telling you to look at your outer inner world to see it reflected to you what's in your inner outer world that is undergoing a form of transformation requiring reflection. What does that mean? When you're seeing palindrome numbers, it's telling you to self-reflect. And Divine was dealing with me today about selfishness and self-centeredness. And everything under the sun, everything in the universe has polarity, which means there's something on both ends of the spectrum. So if we're talking about polarity, and on one end, people think that the opposite of love is hate, but it is not. The opposite, this is my example, you guys. The opposite of love is not hate. The opposite of love is indifference. Because hate is extreme love that has turned toxic. So they're not actually on opposite ends. Love and hate are not. Love and indifference are actually. So you can oscillate back and forth between love and I don't care, love and it doesn't matter. And On the extreme opposite end of love, like I said, being indifference, you're indifferent to what's going on. When there's no love there, you're indifferent. When there's love there, then, you know, you care, you're concerned, you monitor, you observe. But indifference is like the thing doesn't exist anymore. Whereas something that you love, you cherish. Its existence matters. So with everything in the world, there is polarity. So why did I bring that up? It's because, Divine, why did you make me bring up polarity if I don't remember now? It's because of the words selfishness and self-centeredness. They can have extreme opposite meanings. There's a positive side and there's a negative side. We're not going to look at good or bad. We're going to look at energetically. There is positive energy, there is negative energy, and you need them both to have balance. So the positive side of selfishness is selfish. So let me look that up real quick because I want you to see something. Sorry guys, bear with me. Okay, so it's an adjective. Selfish is saying the lack of consideration of others, concerned chiefly with one own's personal profit or pleasure. Now when they deal with this, they said a similar word will be egotistical or egocentric. But let's look up what is the meaning of self. Okay, so a noun for self is a person's essential being that distinguishes. I'm sorry guys. Some people are disguised because they're not being themselves, so there's no accident here. Okay, so self is a person's essential being that distinguishes them from others, especially considered as an object or introspection or reflective action. So that's what self is. Now let's look up the word ish. You know, the word form or part, ish. It's like relating to or being. So ish is like to relate to or being or of. So to be related to, being, or of self. That's the positive aspect of being selfish, is being like yourself, being yourself. And the universe wants us to go back into the beginning. And this is why we're seeing the palindrome numbers. This is why palindrome numbers is the topic. If you are seeing palindrome numbers, it's telling you to go back to your origin, go back to the beginning. Associated with this is saying, go look within your inner world and deal with your inner self. Go back to the core. This is going back to being self-centered, the center of self. And I hope I'm making sense to you guys, because the way I get this information, sometimes it's difficult for me to channel it in as big as I see it into words, because divine does not need words. We need words. So to be self-centered, it means to get yourself back into alignment with who you truly are, with your organic self. Who is that? How do you discover that? You need to go within yourself to discover who that is. Because we spend a lot of times in our life trying to be who someone else wants us to be. Trying to be what we think others require. We're looking at other people's expectations and we're adapting those, and not necessarily adapting them, but we're adopting these expectations, and we're putting this pressure on ourselves to be something other than who we are. And this is a lie. It's not the truth. This is something that was imposed upon us. Just like to think that the word selfishness is bad, that the word self-centeredness is bad or a negative word. They have positive and negative connotations. It's perspective. And with palindrome numbers, they are the same whether you look at them forwards or you look at them backwards. They're going to read the same. The same thing with a twin flame connection. They are each other's exact equal opposite. They are each other's mirror. They are the same forwards and backwards. However, there can be issues that occur where they may become codependent on one another, and one is actually relying more on the other, and one is actually doing more work than the other. This is when there lacks balance, and this becomes a toxic connection. I am grateful for my willpower that helps me survive against all odds. This is the affirmation, so I'm going to read it again. I am grateful for my willpower that helps me survive against all odds. So if you are in a twin flame connection, or in a soulmate connection, this really only deals with twin flames, you guys. If you are not in a twin flame connection, this does not apply to you, honestly. I'm just going to tell you the truth. But if your twin is relying more heavily on you and you're doing more of the work, then this connection needs to have balance restored to it, or it's going to become toxic. And as pure as these connections are, it can be purely divine and purely evil, purely toxic, because they're extremes. They're extremes to this. And what divine wants us to do is be in the middle of balance, where you reflect each other equally, where there's equal give and take, equal reciprocity. But this is also about balancing your life, where you are balancing your work and your personal life. You're balancing your spiritual and your physical life. This number is also, if you're able to see, if you're seeing palindrome numbers, it means that you are highly connected to the universe, that you are able to connect very strongly to divine forces and divine sources. So it's not something that you should take lightly. It is something that you should explore, because it's likely that you have a very high calling or spiritual path that you are being gently guided to by exploring the explanation for the reasons or occurrences. If you are looking for a teacher or a guide, I am available. I will have my contact information down. However, I believe that you'll be led to whom you need to go to get the information you need specifically for your growth process, because the universe will align so that you will receive what it is that you need. If you feel led to contact or reach out to me for guidance or empowerment or a reading, or just to answer some questions, then I am available for that, because that is my path. That is my spiritual path. That is my divine purpose. I am here as an intuitive guide. Another reason you may be seeing palindrome numbers is, again, like I was saying, is you have to go back to the beginning in order to move forward. Your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. So if there's a lot of chaos and turmoil going on in your external world, then it's because you don't have peace within, and you're not in alignment within. You're not in alignment with your soul purpose. If you're unhappy, happiness, joy, gratitude, these things are signs, are symptoms. Are signs and symptoms that you are on your spiritual path. If you're experiencing peace, gratitude, happiness, joy, fulfillment, balance, then you are on your spiritual path. If you are not experiencing these things, but you are experiencing stress, anxiety, worry, depression, loneliness, things like that, if you're experiencing those things, then likely you are somehow out of balance or off your path. The same goes with physically. If you're experiencing some form of dis-ease in any aspect of your life, your mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, if you are having a lot of issues with pain in your body, in certain areas of your body, these are not only just physical things that could be going on. You may not actually have a virus. You may not actually have a sprained ankle. You may actually have an energetic misalignment. Something may be out of tune in your auric field that needs to be attuned, because what goes on in our spiritual world is manifested in our physical life. This is a more holistic way of approaching our well-being and our health and wellness, is to address not just the symptoms of an issue, but to discover the root cause heal that root cause, and so that the energy never returns again, the ailment never returns again, the sickness or disease or dis-ease, lack of ease, does not return, because now we have discovered what that is. That is called mindfulness. Now that you are aware of it, now you can prevent it. You can take proactive preventative action towards maintaining your health. Hold for a minute, please, you guys. Gotta pause. Okay, everyone, I stopped and paused this recording at 20 minutes and 22 seconds. So I looked up the angel number upon me coming back. And the angel number 2022 resonates with balance, faith, manifesting miracles, and new opportunities. So this is about realigning yourself, going back to the beginning, going back to your original state, going back to, and what does that mean? Going back to your original state. In your original state, let's just, for example, go back to your childhood self. Your childhood self in its purest essence believed in magic, believed in miracles, believed in fairies, believed in, they did not hold grudges. If someone hurt your feelings, they didn't even have to say, I'm sorry. Once you calmed down and once, you just moved back, you just moved on. Like, I love you. I love you. It doesn't matter. And, you love everybody. You didn't have these discriminations against people based on their external representation. You didn't have these discriminations against people based on their background, their economic status, based on their, the avatar that they were born in, or the environment from which they, gained their life experiences. You didn't care about any of those things. You all just played together on the playground. And yes, someone may think, oh, that's idealistic, and that's the idealistic of a nirvana or a utopian mindset. However, just imagine if you return to that state of awareness of self, and that had nothing to do with what you were trained to filter out and have a prejudice against how free you were, how you were, how you didn't mind, what your hair color was, or what you had on that day. Your favorite shoes were your favorite shoes, no matter whether they had holes in them or were scuffed up, or you weren't concerned about what other people thought about it, because they were your favorite shoes, because they had a rainbow on them and they had rainbow shoestrings. And your rainbow shoestrings may have been dirty, but those were your rainbow shoestrings. And you like to jump in the mud, and you like to play in water puddles, and you like to build sandcastles or dirt or mud pies. Those are your favorite shoes, and it didn't matter when mommy took them away to wash them. Yeah, you were sad because them is my favorite shoes. I don't like to take them off. This is examples of you're not worried about or concerned about what other people's expectations were or ideas were for you. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. That's not the number I saw at first, but I couldn't catch it. 2, 3, 2, 3. And there it is. Let me write this down. My kids started crying at 2323, but I'm going to go ahead and finish reading this 2022. It's saying that the 2022, which is this year, you guys, it's the year 2022, and I just realized that that's what I'm looking at. 2022. They want us to look at 2022. Okay, so it contains the vibrations of the number 2 appearing 3 times. The number 3 is a master number. The number 3 is the number of an ascended master. This is also the energy of mind, body, spirit. You guys, I know that it seems like I got off track because I gotta follow divine, and I can always pick up where these notes are. Because anyway, the point is, number 3, this is Trinity, this is divinity, this is sacred geometry. So is magnifying its energies and its influences of the number 0. So the 222 in 2022 magnifies the energies of the 0 that's in there, because there's a 2, then a 0, then a 22. Okay, so 2 lends its vibrations of duality, balance, and adaptability, diplomacy, and cooperation. faith and trust and serving one's life purpose. So this is what this year is going to be about, you guys. 2022 is about faith and trust, serving one's life purpose, being in balance, being self-centered in self, being selfish, being yourself, being in and of yourself, being. I've had so many people this week and last week say, I just want to be. Why can't I just exist? Why can't I just be who I am? Why do I have to do what other people want me to do? Why are people imposing their ideas about what I should do with my life? I'm opening a business. Why is someone trying to tell me what they think I should do with this business when I know what I want to do with it? I want to change my hair color. Why is someone telling me what color they think my hair should be? It's my hair. I have to wear it. These are examples of the inner monologue we have sometimes with ourselves, but we never take the time to listen to the answer. We ask the questions, but we don't sit down and listen to the answer. And what is the answer? The answer is, what do I want and what do I desire? What do I need? What fulfills me? What makes me feel grounded? What boosts my self-esteem? 2616. You might want to look that number up. I'm going to write it down just in case I have a chance to readdress it. 2616. Someone needs to look up the angel number 2616, and someone needs to look up who may be a twin flame. Look up the angel number 2616 twin flame. Put that in Google. Okay, back to this number 2022, which is resonating with this year. It's also a number of partnerships, love, and family. And I just got through saying someone has a twin flame, and the twin flames are coming into balance. These palindrome numbers are also saying that twin flames who have been in separation, people who have already met their twin flame and gone through a separation period, your separation is coming to an end very soon. And they want to, the angels and spirit guides, ascended masters, your higher self wants you to prepare for this joyous occasion of your reunion with your soul, with the other half of your soul, with the other whole of your soul, not the other half, the other whole of your soul, because you two have become whole. You two are a perfect reflection of one another. However, they are wanting to warn you not to get into that toxic energy of codependency, because now you're both very independent, but they want you to surrender your independence to the connection so that you can both support each other equally and unconditionally. This is no holding back. This is the epitome of true divine intimacy that you can have with another being that is truly, in essence, your own soul. Union of the soul, union of the mind, body, spirit, and this being reflected and demonstrated in the connection of divine masculine, divine feminine energies oscillating back and forth along the poles of their existence. Polarity 2828, when these kids decide they want to turn up, so hold on. All right, you guys. Yeah, a lot of energetic interferences going on. Okay, back to this. I don't remember what I was saying, so and I can't rewind it before. I just have to keep going, you guys. Divine will lead me back to where I need to be. So 0 amplifies the energies of numbers, of the numbers that it appears with, making them more powerful and influential. Number 0 relates to developing one's spiritual aspects. It resonates with potential and or choice, eternity, infinity, oneness, wholeness, continuing cycles and flow, and the beginning point. Palindrome numbers do the same thing, you guys. The word palindrome is taken from the Greek, is a Greek word that's taken from two Greek roots. The Greek root palin, which means again, and dromos, which means to find my way again. So the significance of this is that again and finding my way again. It's the cycles, the eternal loop of this circle that twists into that number 8, the zero twists. And when the zero twists of eternity into that number 8, you get the infinity symbol, you know, and you get the eternal cycles that go on and on and on. You get this circle that goes on and on and on and on and on and on. And when you twist it, then you got two sides of it that go on and on and on. So when you're dealing with twin flames and you're dealing with yourself in the reuniting with the oneness of self, it means to go back, to return again. And I'm hearing we're all connected in a circle, in a hoop that never ends. So in essence, 2022, we're in January, the beginning of the year, according to our Gregorian calendar, Greek calendar. Then we're starting again. This is to begin again, and the palindrome numbers are telling you to go back to the beginning. I do not engage in negative self-talk. That just went off. This is a reminder to someone that this year you need to be mindful of the negative self-talk. Do not engage in it. This is your affirmation. I do not engage in negative self-talk. What was this about? Distractions. What? Okay, there have been a lot of distractions. There's you may have been experiencing not being able to focus, feeling like you don't remember stuff. Well, you're not remembering because the universe is aiding you in the release of those things that you no longer need as you go forward. So if you're not remembering things and you're like, dang, I don't even remember what I did earlier today. Well, what you did earlier today is not significant to the present moment. Is in the argument that you had with someone 2 days ago, 3 weeks ago. You don't remember even why you had that argument or what it was even about, or even how you felt at that moment, because it's not significant to now. There are others' opinions and plans for you. They're wanting you to release this because this does not serve your highest good. This is not your path. It is not for you to live someone else's life. They have to live their own life. You have to live your own life. This palindrome number of 1221 is telling you to stay awake and true to your karmic purpose. Celebrate all things that bring you delight and simply let go of the rest. So the reason why I'm going back and forth between these numbers is because they're saying the same thing on different levels of understanding for different situations and circumstances that all connect. Now, saying that there's number 0 in 2022 amplifies the energies of the numbers it appears with, making them more powerful and influential. 0 relates to developing one's spiritual aspects and resonates with potential, like I said. So this is about being whole and going back to the beginning point. 2022 resonates with balance, faith, manifesting miracles, and new opportunities. So when we go back to the palindrome number of 1221, first it is asking you to clear away every aspect of physical and spiritual world, your physical and spiritual world, to get back to your true core. If you've ever undertaken this task, you know how exhausting and sometimes painful this can be, because energetic clearing and purging does hurt, and it does cause a form of discomfort, because the ego, the lower self, does not want to release, does not want to surrender to the higher self, does not want to surrender because it wants to hold on to the concretion and the denseness of this reality. It wants to hold on to the treasures and the glory and the feeding of the ego, you know, that are associated with this realm. In order to live a more spiritual based life, you have to detach. And we love our attachments here. We love our attachments here in this dimension, in this reality. But if if you really look at it, then you're already in some form of pain. So undergoing a transformation so magical that is actually going to release you and set you free, you're already in pain. You may as well, if you're going to experience some discomfort, do so for yourself, for your highest good, not being in pain, trying to be what someone else wants, trying to serve someone else's needs, someone else's desires, and being in pain because you feel like you can't be your authentic self and you don't deserve to be loved just as you are, how you are, where you are, who you are, what you are. But discovering all of that and just being free enough, allowing yourself to be free enough to just be you. So if you're already in pain, then the other side of such a magical clearing is a version, on the other side is a version of yourself that is free from restraint and expectations that don't serve you. From another perspective, forwards and backwards. So a palindrome number, or a palindrome, the looking at your inner and outer worlds, is going to be the same forwards and backwards when there is balance. So if you have peace within, then you will experience peace in your outer world. If you feel joy and abundance within, you're going to experience more things are going to be drawn to you to aid you in experiencing and feed that energy of joy and abundance in your external world. If you're feeling likewise, if you are feeling a lack mentality, then in your external world you will have lack in, if you feel like no one loves you and you feel like you have a lack of love of self, a lack of love within, a lack of energy, then in your external world you're going to experience exhaustion, things that are highly distracting, people who are energy sucking, who are giving you the love that you deserve and that you require, because you're not giving that to yourself. So you're exuding the energy into the universe that I don't deserve love and I don't deserve rest. So that's what the universe is going to give you. It's going to pay you what you're requesting energetically. Because we'll say, oh, I want love, but you have the ability and you are love. You have that within yourself, and you need to give it to yourself in order to attract it to yourself. Yes, you do deserve to be loved exactly who you are, where you are, what you are right now, presently. But if you don't believe that, and if you're not feeling that, because it's also about the energy that you feel that will draw things to you. If you don't really feel that, the only person that can tell you the truth is you. So even if this is why that affirmation saying that I do not, present tense, not did not will not, I do not, I presently, as I am present, in the present, all the times, with my presence of being me, I do not, present tense, engage in negative self-talk. This is not something you say and forget. This is something that you actively, presently work on at all times. You actively to be. Yeah. Okay, so also your twin flame will allow you to see yourself from another perspective, forwards and backwards, inside and out. This is the purpose of this. It's a growth process. This person aids you in growing and developing your highest self into your highest version of self, your best version of self, your highest consciousness. You two activate each other's spiritual gifts. You to unconditionally support one another. 1221 mirror numbers for twin flame mirror souls. Split gives you 12 and 21, which mirror each other, and you can look up in your own time what the numbers, angel number 12 and angel number 21 is, and you can also look it up. You end up looking up four different times the angel number and the twin flame angel number. But what it's saying is these numbers actually are heralding the arrival of your twin flame into your life. So if you're seeing this number a lot or palindrome numbers a lot, they're letting you know that you may have a twin flame, and if they don't warn you, you may miss that opportunity out. So if you've been feeling a curiosity about what twin flames are, you may want to do some research so that you could be able to better recognize when this energy comes towards you, or this individual comes towards you, and you're wondering, why do I feel this way? Why do I feel like I've known this person my whole life? But then, you know, you're afraid, like, this can't be real. You know, you may miss out on an opportunity. You may miss out on the opportunity of a lifetime, and the universe is gently nudging you to pay attention and to be open so that you can receive this beautiful gift, because this is a very auspicious occurrence to have a twin flame, and even fewer people experience meeting this person and knowing them in their lifetime. And to have this happen, you know, you're going to undergo great spiritual awakenings, intense spiritual awakenings. And they want you to prepare for the great occasion. It's the purest of all relationships. If you have not met or gone through, if you have met your twin flame, gone through the separation, this is letting you know to be prepared for reunion. It's time for the reunion phase, which is what many people are very, they strive for this moment their whole life, to be with your perfect mirror, your perfect match. Likewise, seeing the palindrome numbers could be a warning of the codependency, like I said, that where the twin flame connection could be one-sided. And it could also, palindrome numbers signify spiritual awakening, telling you to explore your spiritual side, look at the spiritual path to experience the sense of stability and completeness. This is not saying look at a spiritual path, the spiritual path. There is a spiritual path that is for you. That is the spiritual path to experience not a sense of stability, the sense of stability, the sense of completeness, the completeness and the sense of stability. So this is an assured energy. This is guaranteed stability and completeness by following the spiritual path. Spiritual awakening, what does that do? Spiritual awakening help us to remain calm even in trying circumstances and find balance in every aspect of life. So they're telling you to look within to discover your true self, spend more time for self-care, and release negativity and embrace positivity. So this is I did a message earlier this week on my Facebook Live, and the cards that I pulled were basically telling us that we were going to experience, like there were going to be some stressors that were going to be experienced, and not being centered in self, not being grounded, not understanding who you are and what your soul purpose is and your soul mission, your soul path is, can be very confusing and painful as you experience these stressors and these energetic shifts. So Spirit is urging us to discover who we are, and maintain a connection with divine. Let me go ahead and finish with this number 2022, and I'm going to close this out. And I'll just pick up on another message with the rest of the information. So 2022 can turn into the most ambitious dreams into reality, and reminds you to see the bigger picture and work with details necessary to complete that picture. This is saying that you need to weed out what's not necessary to complete that bigger picture. The song that was in my spirit, my children were listening to it. The bear just wants to eat his honey, and he really doesn't seem to care that a storm is coming. He just wants to eat his honey and fill his tummy, and it really isn't funny. Then it was saying that the storm was coming, but he wasn't finished eating his honey, but he needs to get in and hide away. So this is like a hibernation. This is like getting in for self-care, because something bigger is coming, to be prepared for something bigger that's coming, a bigger wave, a karmic storm. The karmic storm could be something. What is your karma? You know, your karmic storm could be positive or negative. Either way, you need to prepare for it, and you need to not be so focused on the distraction of, oh, I want instant gratification, I want to be filled with honey right now. There is a time and a season and a duration of period for all things, and that is going to be the next message that I do. So I'm going to be revisiting that little poem, but I'm going to look it up. I'm going to look up the song and get the words, because the Most High really was speaking to me, even in a little cartoon song, that there was a bigger message, and I got layers of information from that message. Because on one hand, there's a wave of divine masculines that's focused on selfishness, but it's necessary. There's selfishness that is going on, and he's focused on his honey. So this is multiple levels. He's either focused on his honey, which is his money. He's focused on his honey, which is his divine feminine. He's focused on his honey, which is gratification, just anything that makes him happy. So these are different levels of maturity. But there's a bigger picture, there's a bigger purpose, there's a bigger lesson that's to be learned. But there's also a time where this person or this masculine needs to come in or go within and deal with self, needs to hibernate in self-care, needs to pull away from the worldly aspects and disconnect, so that he won't be caught up in the karmic storm. So there's a lot, there are layers, because there's three, just like those 222s. There are 3 levels of maturity going on right now, with divine masculines and divine feminines, and with our soul growth and with our spiritual awakening. We are in waves. We are awakening in waves, and those who are awakened on the first wave, or those who have connected with their twin flames on the first wave, they are coming into union. They are balanced. Right now. And they are. Why am I talking about twin flames so much? Because they are the forerunners in the evolution that is taking place. In this shift in consciousness, they are the forerunners. So where they go, the world follows. So that is why it's important, if you are a twin flame, and you have a high calling, you do have a high calling if you're a twin flame, because this is your divine purpose and your soul mission, to be here to lead this evolution and this shift in humanity's consciousness and awakening. Let's continue. Take a balanced and harmonious and peaceful stance in all areas of your life, and trust that everything will turn out for the highest good in the long run. Do not put your energies towards negative thoughts or beliefs. Didn't that affirmation say that? Remember that nothing happens by chance and everything happens for a reason. So maintain positive attitude and you will find positive results on all levels. The angel number 2022, the year 2022, also encourages you to meditate and contemplate your spiritual life path and soul purpose. Take the time to listen to your intuition and inner wisdom and take action accordingly. So this is about not just listening to your intuition, but being bold and confident enough to step out and actually take action. This is, your intuition is going to be your feminine energy, and this is your yin energy that is more free-flowing and receptive, receiving like a receiver, receiving information from the universe, receiving intuition and consciousness and connectedness, being receptive of this energy, of this information, of this nudge, of this push, of this gentle reminder of who you truly are, and then using that yang energy to apply action to create the action, what is it called? Action oriented expression. I don't know. Basically, use your masculine energy to make that shit happen. You know, you got the feminine energy that's gonna give you the intuition. You put the yang energy to create it. It's like getting an idea, but it remains an idea until you put the action. You take the practical steps towards creating what it is that you need to create. What it is that you desire to create. Whatever it is that has been dreamed up. You dream up a house. Go buy some lumber. Buy some land. Build a house. You know, take the steps. That's the yang energy. The yin energy is the dream. You know, it's the intuition. It tells you what steps to take, how to go there. You know, it's the guidance. It's the guidance. Okay, so You have a great deal to achieve, and with devotion, patience, and grace, you will be able to successfully manifest your desired results on all levels. Maintain your convictions and keep an optimistic outlook and a positive attitude as you bring things through to fruition on both the spiritual and material planes. It also reminds us that angels walk among us, impressing us with their love and guiding us with their wisdom. And these angels that walk among us are you'll know when you come across them. Just know that. Ask and you will receive. Let's see. I said I was going to close out at that. We are at 50 minutes, 15 seconds. You may want to look that angel number up. The other angel numbers I'm going to remind you to take time to look up were 2323, 26 16, 28 28. And I thank you guys for watching. I love you. I will see you next time. I hope that this was able to provide you with some form of guidance. And if you like a personal reading, or you would like to schedule a session with me, an empowerment session, then I will leave a link below and my email address. Bye.